So I just got done watching Sakamoto Days episode 15, and the second they started giving a part backstory, honestly counterintuitive to what typically happens when a character gets backstory and you know they're gonna die, I knew he was gonna live. Mainly because he is the only of the death row inmates that actually gets like any depth to him whatsoever. All the other characters die pretty much in one episode, with the exception of the first, which had like an episode in 30 seconds. A part also had at this point about 2 episodes of him, and while the battle again wasn't that interesting, I'm not super impressed with the fight so far, which is disappointing for what the show is. He is kind of an interesting character. I mean, he's your generic crazy never had friends bully type of character, but at least they gave him something, and now we have a reason in a way that we can move the story along, because now it makes a little bit more sense why they didn't really pay all that much attention to the death row inmates, because they were just a distraction to the actual plan that's going on, which is the dismantling of the JAA, which one thing that I clocked immediately was when they went to not the JAA headquarters, but one of the buildings associated with JAA, it's just the Continental. It literally from the outside is just the Continental from John Wick. Like, they're not hiding any influences here. And I know it's obvious from the story and everything, but like, come on, man. You couldn't have made a different looking. I mean, it's just the Continental. Put some creativity into it. Now, when that one security guard got a hole punched into him, that was pretty dope. Gotta admit, love those moments, and that actually looked kind of good. That's the one thing that's honestly disappointing, and I don't want to beat a dead horse with this because I feel like I talk about it every week. The show in general, when it's not in combat, looks exceptional. It's only in combat, which is the main point of the show, where it falls flat. That's where it goes out the window. They just throw some blur lines on there and call it a day. And this fight was no different. It was I guess maybe a little bit more. I don't know. But Sakamoto a beast, by the way. I'm putting him over John Wick in terms of strength any day. Look, I love John Wick, and he maybe could find a way out of this. Sakamoto held up Tokyo Tower by himself. Like, okay, cool. And Mr. Takamura, I hope we get more of him, because he had one big feat after being built up where he just cut a brick and then left. I hope that we get some epic, hopefully beautifully animated fight scene where he just absolutely pops off. But that is neither here nor there, so let me know your thoughts on this episode in the comments. Drop a like because it really helps with the algorithm. Drop a follow because I'll be covering this show weekly as well as many others. And as always, stay nerdy.